just about ready. Just setting a couple of things up. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and flip my camera view. I just like to say hi first and kind of get things going. Looks like I need to fix my camera view a little bit anyway. All right. Oh, I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Tina. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera so that you can see. Okay, so this die set is called Cottontail. And if you caught Christopher's live earlier today, there is a promotion on this and it's today only. This particular die set is free with purchase when you spend $50. So this, look at all of the dies in here. There are so many cute dies you can work with. There's this cute little egg, there's chick, you've got your bunny. Oh, and I've actually still got some dies over here. I think there's a few more. You've got this bunny, you've got the insides of his ears, you've got a carrot, you've got a tulip, you've got all the faces, you've got this cute basket. There's just a ton to this little set and you can do so much with it.
Michelle says hi.
Hi, Michelle. How you doing? So we are going to use this to make 2 cards today. So I've got to move. Oh, thanks, Darren. I'm going to try to get 2 of them done, so I'm going to move a little bit quickly. But I also, before I get really rolling on everything, I want to mention that Darren is posting links, and he's posting them all in one. So it's a collection link to everything that I'm using today. So you'll be able to click on that one. Darren, I should have put the fiber paper in there, but I didn't, did I?
No.
Okay. Darren will add the fiber paper. Sorry, that was
Donna,
my mistake.
Donna says hi.
Hi, Donna. I was just talking to Darren about you. I was just saying I hadn't seen you on social media for a couple days, and so I'm glad that you checked in with me. Okay, so the other thing I want to make sure that I mention before I get rolling is that there are a ton of new markdowns in the clearance section on the Brutus Monroe site. And Christopher even mentioned that there's some Tim Holtz in there. There's lots of seasonal things, lots of really awesome deals. So make sure that you look there too. And it will not take you long to spend $50 by the time you get all of the good deals. There's stuff in there that's marked down all the way to like 90% off. So definitely take a look at that. And like I said, today only, the Cottontail dies are free with a $50 purchase. So I think we've covered all of that now. I think we should just make a couple of projects using this cute die set. So we are going to use this guy and this guy. I need this. Just gonna pull them off. So I've got everything I need. And we're gonna use him later, so I may as well just take him off now. I think I've got everything. I know where to find it, if not, right? So I'm gonna set these aside. And I'm actually gonna put them right in the bag so that I don't lose any of my little dies. Okay, so the first card we'll make, we will use our little bunny, and I've already cut out the pieces. There's one cut I do need to make. Okay, so first off, I wanted to find a way to use some of these dies. One of my favorite things in the world is to find a different way so that I've got more than one way to use a die. So I'll tell you that I give this little guy a workout. I use that a lot. But I was looking at this one and I was trying to think of something to do with my card. And I didn't even put it all the way together. I just kind of pieced it together to see if it was going to work. So bear with me. I'm a little nervous about it, but I think there's no reason why it shouldn't work out.
Robin says hello.
Hi, Robin. So what we're going to do is the first thing I did was I cut 2 of the baskets. And I cut them out of, this is the Sea Life paper collection. And I used this cute polka dot. I'm such a sucker for polka dots. All right. Well, it doesn't matter if the tape's on there because we're not actually going to use this side. You can see when I put these together that it was a circle die, right? So I just want to show you. What was that?
Ressa said it's hailing where they are.
Oh, it's hailing in Arizona. Wow. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I cut this out real quick. So when I did it, because it's grass, the zigzags, it didn't matter which side of the zigzags that I ended up with. I just knew that I wanted the smaller side of the circle. So what I did is I just came up through my circle die, the circle die cut. I should show you. I'll show you on this. I won't actually cut it, but I'll show you. So here's my circle, and I just put it in like this, and then when I ran it through my die cut machine, I didn't have to worry about, I must have done it. I think I did it opposite. Sorry. Do you ever do something and then you're like, now how did I do that? It's this way. Because we don't care about this side. It's okay if it runs over this because you will get a little crease in your paper. I don't know if you can see that or not. But we're not using that side. We're using this side. So that is how you do that. You can run it through your machine. This side will have a kink in it. If it doesn't bother you, go ahead and use it for something else. But this was the side I wanted. So that's how I got this little piece that we're going to use. Okay?
Jen says hi.
Jen?
Jen.
Hi, Jen. Okay, so now our grass will fit right into, because you can see the grass was, now that I put it away, you can see that the grass was not going to fill that whole circle. There was going to be a big line there, right? But because we cut it the way that we did, we were able to cut it to fit exactly into the circle. So now let's just go ahead and add that right to our, I've got some fabulous fibers strays around. Okay, let's.
Gina says smart die cut tip.
Oh, thanks, Gina. Gina or Tina?
Tina.
Tina. Thank you, Tina. All right, so now I've cut, went ahead and cut the little bunny out of this is perfect blend paper because I had a little scrap of that. So I used that. You can put them on either side of the grass. I think I want mine in the front. And one thing you can do for, there is, in the die set, there is a little face die included, but I tend to lose those kinds of things. That's just me. You guys are probably better than me about that, but I'm just, I'm just a little hopeless when it comes to those little tiny, tiny things. So I'm actually just going to cut a little piece of black. I do not need much. Grab it from your scraps. And actually what I would honestly recommend, if I had one handy, I would just do it now, is I would just grab a little circle punch and just get a circle big enough to cover the mouth and the nose and the eyes. But since I don't have one handy and we're live, I'm just going to cut a little piece of black.
Deb says
Hi, Deb. What did she say?
Deb says hi.
Oh, hi. I heard Deb says, and then I didn't hear the next thing you said. Okay. So now I'm just going to cut the little tip off so that we can stick that right behind him and it doesn't stick up by his ears. So rather than try to glue the black piece, we're just going to glue kind of around where we know it's going to go. And you don't need a whole lot of glue. I'm using Barely Art glue, which I love. Okay, so now I'm just going to add that to the back. And our bunny has a face now. So now we can stick our bunny right onto our little circle. And I think we'll use some foam on this guy. I think we want him to stand up a little bit. So if you wanted to, you could put him behind the grass and you could bring the grass out with the foam. But I kind of like him in the front. What do you guys think? Do you like him better in the front or the back? He's kind of cute both ways. Here, let me do one more thing and then we'll decide. So I do want to add a little belly to him. And there is a little piece that you can use in the die set. There's this one that you can use, and then there's this one that has the little arms kind of cut out. But I thought it'd be fun to just put a little heart on him.
Penny says front.
In the front. Okay, Penny, you win. We're putting him in the front. So now we're just gonna put this little heart where we've just got this cute little simple bunny. I just wanted to keep him simple and just give him a little heart. So I also need to put his little ear insides on. And I wanted to show you, if you ever, when you die cut, if you ever get those kind of bendy lines, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but I'm gonna hold it up a little higher so you can see. If it kind of creases when you cut it, then just take a crease tool, bone folder, whatever you like to call it.
Right, Shannon.
What?
You gotta move more to the right. Hold it up.
Oh, well, we're on to a different part. I don't think it's that serious. Okay. No, I get you. Thanks for keeping me on task. Okay, so this one I think goes in this one. And this one's a little wider, like that ear is. So we're gonna go ahead and glue those on. I'm just gonna try to center that on there a little bit. And look how cute that is. Just all those little simple pieces make this cute little bunny. So now he's ready to go on our little circle. And I kept him pretty simple. I think sometimes simple is the cutest. So I should have pointed out before that the circles that I used are from the foundation circle dies that Brutus Monroe carries. So I've got this one for the small one, and then we're gonna mat it with this bigger size. So we'll just go ahead and add this. I always like when I can make the pieces kicking around my workspace disappear by putting them where they go instead of
Donna says adorable.
my way. Oh, thanks, Donna. Isn't this a cute set? Doesn't take much to make something cute with it. So now we can talk a little bit more about why I still need this die and what we used these for, okay? So the baskets were actually, I already did it, but I will show you. I went in 1/4 of an inch, and I use the score blade on my cutter because I have some sort of a strange inability to use my scoreboard very well. So I just held it where I wanted it and just went right down. Now because this paper is pattern paper, it's nice and thick, but it's still a little bit more fragile than regular cardstock is. So you want to be careful if you are using a score blade that you don't push too hard and cut through the paper. You're just wanting to be able to bend it, right? So we've got our bends ready to go. And so on this piece, let's get this folded in half. This card is going to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square. And it's kind of folded all right. And then, so I cut a mat that is 4 by 4 to go on our card front. And I don't need to put any adhesive in the middle because we're actually going to cut the middle out. So I'm just going to center this on there. Okay, so now we're going to try to center this as best we can. And just because I worry a little bit about, I'm going to use some repositionable tape, but just on the off chance that it either leaves just a little bit of residue, or if it tears a little bit, you know how sometimes it tears the paper up a little bit, I'd rather have that be on the inside of the card myself. I like it even better if it doesn't do it at all. So I'm just going to grab my repositionable tape. I was going to use washi, but I think this tape doesn't have quite as much adhesive to it. So I'm just gonna stick that there. I think that's pretty close. It might not be exact, but it's pretty close. Okay, so now I am gonna walk over to my die cut machine and cut that out. And I run it through twice just in case, because I do have 2 layers of paper that we're going through. We will slowly peel off our tape. Hopefully just the tape and nothing more, right? All right, we almost got it. Yay! And then save these, because these would be great for another card. This is a great one for sentiments or whatever, so I just throw them in the package with my circle dies a lot of times. Okay, so now this is the front of our card. And you're probably wondering what this is gonna do. So we're gonna take and we're gonna glue, first let's glue this to this. Okay, so we're going to take our, we're gonna do one side first. Actually, I better do this first. This is the part that I told you I haven't got, I haven't put it together yet, so I'm just a little nervous about it. I think we'll try putting this on first, and I'm just gonna glue the flap to the inside of the card, but I'm only gluing the flap part because we want it to be a flap. We want it to be able to move up and down. So we don't need to put it, we don't need to put any adhesive on this side. Okay. And then kind of need to see where that's going to line up. And this circle fits exact. So there's like not a lot of room for error. So I want to make sure that I have it in exactly the right spot before I add the glue. All right, so it may not be exact. I thought it was a little bit more exact. I'll tell you what, you can tell for sure if you don't have them lined up. So it may be just a tiny bit smaller, and I think that's okay. So this seems to be in the right spot now. So I'll glue that on. So we've got our gate, and then I'm just going to glue this to one side so that when it opens, we can open it and see a sentiment on the inside. But I think it might be easier to do the sentiment now before we put the bunny on. So let's do that first.
Penny said it's homemade, made with love, so no worries.
It's a good thing, because most of the things I make are not real straight or have some sort of a thing, but I do my best.
Jen said it's so cute.
Aw, thanks, Jen. Okay, so I'm going to use the Bunny Hug stamp set to use our sentiment. And I thought because it is kind of a surprise, I think it's kind of cute that if it says hopping by to say hi when we open it. I think that's kind of a cute saying for that. So I think that looks about right. And we will go ahead and get that on our... Okay, so let's use some Raven ink. Looks like I need to clean my Misty. I don't know what I did on there, but I didn't realize it was so dirty. My goodness. This is another one of those things that is just used to death. I use it all the time. I've had it for quite a while. It's probably time to get the new one, but haven't done that yet. Have you guys started making your Easter projects? Are any of you making anything for St. Patrick's Day? I don't usually make a ton of St. Patrick's Day. I try to do at least one, but it's just not one of those ones that I send a lot of St. Patrick's Day greetings out. Maybe I should start. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I don't want to go so dark that it goes through, right? Okay, so we have got our card base ready to go. Okay, so let's get our little last touch. We just need to adhere our bunny now. And I think that glue is probably going to be our best bet on this. I want enough that it's not going to go anywhere, but not so much that we warp our paper, right? So I think I'll actually even kind of use a little piece of scratch paper to kind of spread it out a little bit. Just so it doesn't glop in one spot. Okay. So the moment of truth. I think this is the part that makes me the most nervous of this whole card. So we just got to line it up. See how we did. We can kind of turn him a little bit. That's the other nice benefit of glue. To have just a few minutes, not a lot, but a little bit, that you can move it around. Okay, so now we can open it up. And like I said, we need to use a little bit of that adhesive remover, but you can say hi, you can write your stuff on the inside. It's kind of a fun little feature. You could probably add another little thing there if you wanted to, but just kind of fun. All right, so these are fun little flaps you can use. I'm sure that there's a million other ways you can use them, but we've got this little guy ready to go. I do feel like he needs another little element, like maybe some enamel dots. You know how I love my enamel dots. Okay, there we go. I think that worked. Ah, thanks, guys.
Jen says, gotta go, really cute card, thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for joining us.
Michelle says it's cute.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, I have one more card. This one's going to be pretty fast, I think. This one's going to use the chicks, and this card's got a completely different feel.
Lisa says it's adorable.
Who said that?
Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. Okay, so I'm bringing out my ugly bucket for this one. So that's a good sign if you like to get a little bit dirty and have some fun. So we're going to use a couple of things. So last week I used some of the fiber paper, and I wanted to show you, because whenever I use fiber paper with the Chroma Mist sprays, I feel just a little bit guilty. I'm not gonna lie, because it goes through the fiber paper a lot of times, and I know that I use a lot of it goes onto the paper towels. And so I thought, I wonder what I could do. I mean, it would be kind of fun if I could get two backgrounds out of one, or just see what else I could do with that. So I kind of challenged myself to come up with something. So I'm going to use a piece of fiber paper, and then we're going to make it count. Okay, we're gonna definitely make it work.
The last card, Penny said if they were oval, you gotta put them in grass as eggs.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true, Tina. Was it Tina that said that, or Penny? Penny, I'm so sorry. I can't even blame my hearing on that. That was a memory issue. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, so one of my favorite ways to use Chroma Mist is just to spray. And I spray at the same time as I move and just go across the paper. And so we're gonna go right across the top. And that one was Candy Apple Red. Now this is my favorite Chroma Mist color, and I like so many of them. I'll probably say that 4 times before I'm done, that that's my favorite color. But this one, I think, one of the fun things about this one is that it has a little bit of sparkle in it. This is Magenta Sparkle. We'll add that one next.
Robin said sneak peek of designs coming on your paper towel.
Yeah, sneak peek for sure, huh? Yes, that paper towel tells a story, doesn't it? All right, so the next color that we used is, I think it was orange. Okay, so tangerine orange. And this doesn't have to be exact. I mean, you can see that goes down a little lower. That's no big deal. It's going to be just fine. Now I'm going to use some Bumblebee Yellow. Might have to, my Bumblebee is getting a little low, so I might have to hold my bucket up to meet my spray bottle a little bit. Okay, and now we're going to move on to, this is another one of my favorites, Yellow Green. And then we'll use some turquoise. And again, they're kind of crossing over and it's just fine. And then another one of my favorites, the Lilac Purple. We'll just add that one to the bottom. Maybe you can tell that I like it because that's another one that's kind of low. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm going to spritz this with a little bit of water. So I'm not going crazy with the water, just a nice light coat. And I am using aqua pigment paper. That is key. And so I'm just going to put this right on top. And then I'm going to adjust that just a little bit so it's a little straighter. And I'm going to flip it. Let's get our other paper towels so that the drier side is on the top. And then what I did was I actually put something heavy on top of that. This is handy. I've got a package of wipes and I'm just gonna leave that. And I left mine overnight. So what I ended up with, you're gonna have to forgive me because I had to use some of it, but it made kind of a cool design because it didn't have it all the way across on the paper. So you can see where it's darker, where it's more saturated. It made kind of a cool design. And then my aqua pigment, you can see how it faded it out, but it's still like, I'm totally gonna use this on a card. I love that I've got I've got one that's a little bit more pastel, one that's really vivid, and we're gonna use this one, and you can kind of have a preview there too of what we're gonna do. So I just wanted to show you that so that if you want to be able to get more bang out of your Chroma Mist, and if you want to make a couple of backgrounds at the same time, that's an easy way to do it. Okay, so this card will come together fairly quickly. I'm just gonna get, this is a 5x5 piece of Raven cardstock, and I'm going to use my Scary Mat. I call it that because, like I said, I have completely given mine a crazy workout. Look at that. So
Donna has to go, so watch the rest later.
Donna, thanks for joining. I'll see you later. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Chunky Stripe stencil. And okay, so I've confessed this on a couple of other ones of my lives, that when I first got my mat, I cleaned it too aggressively. And so this one strip doesn't have a lot of adhesive. So 2 things about that. 1, do not use a spray adhesive. Like I usually use pixie spray like crazy. That's like, I love pixie spray, but you do not need to use it when you use your mat. And if you do, see how it kind of is getting gunky? I really feel like that's because I used the pixie spray, that it kind of made everything, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of clumped together. So I recommend not doing that. So because I did that, we do still need to add a little bit of washi to our stencil. But if you don't do what I did, you should be just fine. Okay, so now we're going to take some of the Fallen Snow glitter glaze. This glitter glaze, I'm telling you, this should be a staple because this is just a go-to for so many things. And we are just going to add a little bit of texture to our background.
Karen says hi.
Karen?
Yes.
Hi, Karen. And I am going to just spread a little bit of this on. And we are going to scrape most of this off, so I'm not too worried about it.
Fallen Snow is her favorite.
It is a good one, isn't it, Kate? It's definitely, just like I said, it's a staple. You gotta have it. And then we have some tools that you may or may not be familiar with on the site. Oh, I already got it out. No wonder I can't find it. Okay, this is one of the media or medium. You told me I said it wrong before. Darren.
What's that?
Media mixer?
Medium.
Medium mixer. We have a set of these tools that are awesome for moving around your pastes or your glazes. Hi, Belinda. And like I said, we're going to scrape most of this off. We're just adding a little bit of texture. And I will confess, on the sample that I used the old formula of glitter glaze. So I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference or not. But I'm noticing that this one has a little bit more clear of a base. So we'll see how that dries. But either way, you're going to come out with a beautiful background. Just going to get that off. And let's take this off. Okay, so now we'll let that dry, but because we are live, I have one that's already dry. We'll clean off our mat in just a second. And I do have this matte mist now because I learned my lesson. So I'm just going to use that and a little bit of paper towel and clean off the excess. It comes right off. So I'm going to pull out all of the little guys that I cut out of this paper. So I've got 6 little chicks that we're going to use on our card. And this is the background. Hopefully you can see that because I know I've got a black background. So let's kind of move over to the white a little bit. And I'm just going to make a very simple card. And so I have an addiction to the conversation clippings. And the ones that I'm using today, I don't believe are available anymore. These are from the Unicorn Inspiration Box, the Unique Unicorn. But I still use them. I love them. That's one of the things I look forward to in my inspiration box each month because they are just so convenient. And this one has one that says, well, you guys can maybe help me figure out which one. I was thinking You Sprinkle Magic Everywhere You Go is kind of cute. I want one that's fairly long. Filled with sunshine and rainbows could work. You Make Life Sparkle is cute. What do you guys think? I'll cut out a couple and you guys can help me. Like I said, I'm kind of going with which one fits the best. I'm thinking You Sprinkle Magic Everywhere You Go is kind of cute, or yeah, let's go with that one. That work for you guys? Too much. Okay, so I've got that cut down.
I like that one.
Theresa, I like it too. I think it's just a fun,
Okay,
just a fun one.
Because the chicks are rainbow.
I thought about that too, but this one's just a little bit longer and it was easier to get to. So that's why it won out. Okay, so we're just going to, literally, it's just a simple card. What was that?
Belinda said You Make Life Sparkle, so they're all kind of the same range.
Yeah, they're all super cute. I don't think we can go too far wrong. So I'm going to just do something like that. And I have an orange card base. I thought that might look kind of fun. I'm thinking I might send this off to the home office. What do you guys think? Do you think Christopher might like that one? Let me just get our card base on there. Let's see if we can get this centered. I think we're pretty close. Close enough to make me happy, so that's good. And then just trying to decide if we want to pop these up or not. I kind of like them flat against it, but we'll see. It would be easier to mail that way too, huh? So add this to the bottom line. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Okay, so let's get our sentiment on there first. Oh, Belinda, you are so sweet. Oh, you think that you love him or Christopher loves him? He is very kind. I will tell you that. He definitely is wonderful about making you feel appreciated. I love working with him.
Michelle said your chickens are like tie-dyed peeps.
They kind of are, huh? They do kind of look like tie-dyed peeps. I wasn't going to put the foam on, but I kind of did. Let's see if we can get it back off. I think I like it better with it off.
Belinda said she loves him too, LOL.
Well, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Belinda. That one I can blame on my bad hearing. All right, let's see how well this sticks. I'm kind of trying to get their eyes and their nose not in the sparkle. I don't know if it matters. I don't think it's going to matter because I think one way or the other. So for stickability, kind of like it up higher anyway. I think we might go with the foam. Just because I think it will stick better to the card and the glitter glaze. So I just cut my foam dot in half. Okay. So now we can stick that guy right there. Yep. Definitely liking the foam better. It's sticking much easier. I'll get this red one on. think that green one is centered exactly, but I think that it'll be okay. I didn't really hear if anybody was making St. Patrick's Day projects.
No, what's that even?
You guys must be more like me. Maybe you don't make them. If you do make them, you got to speak up. You got to inspire the rest of us. Okay. So now, we need to start with this one. Let's put the red one on first.
Michelle says cuteness overload.
Aw, thanks, Michelle.
Linda says she never makes St. Patrick's Day cards.
Okay. You know, I don't think about it, but then when I see all the rainbow things, because I guess I'm just not really inspired a lot by leprechauns. But rainbows, I love rainbows. Rainbows are darling. Okay, I love this. It's just simple, like I said, but I'm kind of in, it's bold and it's fun and it
Belinda says
works for me.
she loves rainbows too, just don't do shamrocks with them. I really don't know why.
You know what? That was Belinda?
Yes?
All right, Belinda, I think you and I need to both challenge each other to make one this year and put it on the Brutus Monroe fan page. What do you think? All right, I think.
love it so much.
Isn't that fun? And you saw how easy it was. I mean, the only thing that takes any time is you're not even doing it. It's doing it for you. Is the dry time on to get this deeper shade, the deeper shades of color on there of the chroma mist. So we made two really fun and really pretty simple cards using the cottontail dies. All right, well, I hope you will join me again on Wednesday next week, and I will have something new and fun to share with you. What was that?
Goodbye.
Bye, Theresa. Have a great day, you guys, and have a great week, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.